Yo, what up, everybody? This is Nick Sy with Old School Meets New School, and this is our new segment, Rapid Topics, where we will go over today's biggest social media blitzes on Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, basically anything you guys put out there on your cell phones and laptops. We're going to kind of go over, give you guys our opinions. Today, politics. We're starting our very first one with politics, so it'll be interesting. We're going to give ourselves about 2 minutes per segment, per idea, per thought, and we're both going to kind of attack it. Like usual, today I have Allie Snoopy with me. Unfortunately, her camera's not working at this moment, so we have her beautiful caricature representing her. So what's up, Allie?
Nothing much.
And then myself, of course, and Nicholas Side. So today's first, we have basically, I think, 4 topics in the political world that have been kind of floating around. Not all these are fully political, but we have some interesting things to kind of go over that I've been seeing in Twitter. First one, Affordable Health Care Act, also known as Obamacare. This has been a hot topic for Republicans the last few weeks. The House, the Senate, Trump. This has been on the news all the time on what's going to happen. Just recently, actually, Trump went and vowed to the American people that there will be insurance for everybody with the Obamacare replacement plan. So,
Yeah,
so here's the thing. Well, so that's our first topic. Let's start this here. 2 minutes on the clock. Allie, how do you feel?
Okay, well, Trump is stating that he's replacing it with something that's more affordable and it's going to cost less and you're going to get way more stuff. I don't know what he's going to be able to do that Obama can't. I don't understand how he's making all these promises all the time and people aren't like, what the fuck? Like, it just can't happen.
So, of course, our first image here, we have Bernie Sanders going and talking about how, the Republicans, of course, have been attempting to do this for 6 years to come up with an alternative. Really, the last 6 years with Obama, they basically just kind of put a block on anything. They don't want to help out whatsoever. So it's a big thing.
No, it was amazing.
We have a few other images. We have a Trump voter who apparently just kind of thought, well, I'm going to vote for Trump. I'm going to be a Republican. I kind of figure he's not. They thought that the health insurance was going to be kind of like the wall. Like it was more of a metaphor, which I don't understand how you can think that I'm going to appeal and get rid of Obamacare as a metaphor. But, And then actually, here's a funny thing. So Paul Ryan... So Paul Ryan had a town hall, and a Republican cancer survivor went and stated that he would not be alive if it wasn't for Obamacare. So we have 35 seconds left.
Well, they already had Jesus. They already had a poll that most Americans don't have a problem with Obamacare. It's just I feel like just political people.
And I do, and to be honest with you,
can already afford it.
And here's the thing. This is the way that I look at Obamacare. Is that to kind of give you a quick outlook, and I'm probably going to hit overtime here. And I'm going to get dinged for this. But here's my thought process: is that realistically, if the Republicans, and I got the ding, but I'm going to hit you up with some information anyways. So if the Republicans do really push this through and they don't have a full-on plan ready, you can tell that this is fully big business oriented. And this is a really big business push. It's something they probably promised big business during the elections, because really if they do not have a plan, because here's the thing, areas where they got these surges of people who want to change in government, who want to change in how things are, they want to reduce big business. These are the people who are probably even using Obamacare. So they need a replacement, and it is kind of scary to see how Republicans are moving so fast. Because here's the problem, and this is the number one thing, is that the Republicans this is why they keep calling it Obamacare, because technically it's the Affordable Health Care Act. They keep calling it Obamacare because they keep wanting to go and push it that this is all the issue, and it's only the Democrats' fault. It's only Obama's fault that this exists, and all these little issues are all Obama's fault. The problem is you can't call it Obamacare if Republicans make their own. It is now on the Republicans. And so if they can't keep all their promises saying insurance won't go up after we do this, premiums won't go up, all these things, guess what? That means they failed as well, and they're gonna be blamed come next election. So let me tell you, it's gonna be
everyone's problem with it anyway. I mean,
it's good.
It was made it so me and Joe can actually buy a house because we could stay on our parents' insurance longer for 5 more years, might I add.
And like I said, Trump at this point seems to be a lot of hot air. He seems to say a whole lot of stuff. I hope that something comes of it, but it just seems to be that ultimately he's saying all the positive things. Ultimately, I think he's almost reading the Twitter things of what people like, and he's just basically saying, you know what, I'm going to do that for you. So we'll see what happens, but we'll go from there. That's all I got. So our next one is the inauguration, Trump's inauguration. So there's actually a funny article, if you can find this on Twitter. There's a pretty funny article about somebody kind of equating Trump's presidency to an episode of Twilight Zone. It's a really funny article. If you have the ability to find it, check it out. Google it. You'll be able to find it. It's a short little article. It's pretty damn funny. But ultimately, there's actually a lot of Democrats who say that they're not going to be there. Myself, I will go see it. I'm interested to see what it's. I'm interested to see what it's going to be like. I think ultimately at this point, what we need to do is we just need to save face. I know, Allie, you're a little different with this. You think that we should, stand up.
I will be just as petty.
So here's the thing. I yelled at the Republicans for about 3 years for kind of sitting there and just saying, you know what, we're not going to do anything during the rest of Obama's presidency. We're just going to go and stop everything from happening. I kind of would like to do this. The other thing, too, is that it's going to be a lot more stronger of an image for people to kind of go and stand up against things if you're willing, if you look like you're kind of trying to give him a chance. There's a lot of things. We're not going to get into some of the other things. I'm sure in another rapid topic, we'll kind of go over the whole Russian thing because I'm not even going to get into that. I need a lot more than 2 minutes for that. Yeah.
I can stand up and say that he's not my president.
Yeah, so
and that's freedom of speech.
There you go. So the inauguration, I will be going and seeing it. Like I said, I do suggest checking out this article. It's pretty funny, and it kind of says some stuff that I've actually been thinking about and stuff like that. So it's a pretty interesting thing. So check it out. Our next rapid topic is actually a little bit of ways off. It hits the political scheme a little bit. One of the big things that I wanted to do was kind of go over. It was something that was just recently on Twitter. These are, if you don't know who these people are, you can Google it. These are the 8 richest men in the world. These people's wealth add up to 50% of global humanity's wealth. So 50% of you people out there, 50% of everybody in the whole world, these 8 people have the same amount of money as 50% of those people. So to say they have a lot of money is intense. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that these 8 people are bad people. These 8 people, first off, some of them have actually worked pretty hard to get to where they are. They've also too, I think some of it's been luck. Well, they've made risky decisions that ultimately paid big.
They deserve the gross amount of wealth that they had. I don't think any one person does. No.
And here's the argument with these wealthy people. Here's the things. First off, if you're the low part of the spectrum of that 50% of people who adds up to these guys' wealth, you're probably a little upset because you're like, well, what the hell? I deserve some. Why can't they just write a check to 50% of us and just give us a little bit of it? it's one of these things where there's pluses and minuses. It's a double-edged sword. Ultimately, some of these guys actually do a lot of good. Bill Gates is a part of a lot of different things. Bloomberg has done a lot of different things. A lot of these guys, you should check out. They've all tried doing a lot of different things. What's funny is there's quite a few Democrats in this little group here, and ultimately a lot of people think, well, these rich people are all Republicans, right? So there's a lot of stuff there. I think the biggest piece is going to be taxes wise. I do believe that tax credits for people like these guys should be minimized. If you give to a charity, I get it, but I think ultimately there should be some ways of taxing them a little more. And that's about it for this topic. Once again, though, these 8 people you should actually check out. Find their stories out. Google them. Right now, I'm sorry. Well, just because there's some interesting stories.
So you can read about their mass amount of wealth.
Well, find out how they were. I'm going to be honest. So here's the interesting thing about these 8 people. Some of these people ended up with either small amounts of money at first. Some of them, yeah, they did. They had parents who were a little wealthier as well. But the interesting thing is some of them just had interesting ideas, and it kind of shows you how you can go from zero to hero type of thing.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
If you guys have an idea, or you're somebody who goes and sits there and says, I can't do it. There's also females out there. I am sorry. It was on Twitter. I don't want to make people feel like I'm not, for females, I always say.
Something wrong with this picture here. Look at the race and the gender.
Oh yeah, we're not gonna get into those pieces. That's a whole other rapid topic on how they're all what they all look like.
That's huge.
It is, but yeah, and there's also an age barrier there. So who's gonna get all that money? Well, except for our buddy here, number 7, but he's a youngin. But everybody else, like I said, you should check it out. It's pretty interesting. And then finally, I want to give a quick shout out. We'll give a 2-minute shout out. It is Martin Luther King Day. Ultimately, this is a great time. During last year's political race, I think there was a lot of stuff about, racism, sexism, there was a lot of different things that went on. This is a good time to kind of reflect and kind of think to yourself, first off, how you voted. You kind of reflect on, okay, why I voted, for who I voted for, and what decisions.
It's like people in the Northeast, like with the Confederate flag,
Yeah, you know what you're doing here. You know what you're doing. So yeah. Just think. I mean, ultimately, it shouldn't be. Today should not be about just thinking about one man. It should be about thinking about an idea. And this idea is bigger than just our country, bigger than, just humanity. It's about our world and how we kind of treat each other. So, take a moment and really think about that. Think about what you're doing. Think about the decisions you make. All I would ask is take 2 minutes. 2 minutes. It doesn't take that long. And just kind of figure out, what decisions you're making. And also, too, here's the other thing, too. I also say, be careful about being hypocritical. I get a lot of people who sit there and they tell me, well, I'm not a racist, but, I think we should get rid of all the Mexicans. Well, okay.
Or I love Jesus, so let's build a wall.
Yeah. It's like, ultimately, I think you gotta double check yourself. Just don't make those comments. Start it out with, what, I'm a fucking racist, and that's what I want.
Yeah.
So, but.
And then get smacked in the face.
Ultimately, I think from both sides, people, this is a good time too from both sides just to kind of reflect and figure things out. But once again, today is definitely a day. A lot of people have off. A lot of our kids have off. The other thing too is if you have young kids, this is a good time to kind of, no matter what your race, where you're from, your sex, what your sexual orientation, no matter what you are, take today to kind of, teach people and kind of go over kind of what this means and what this is all about, because it's a big thing. So share the love, and kind of spread the knowledge. Spread the knowledge.
And sing some kumbayas.
Ooh. So finally, we really quickly, we're not even going to start the clock here, but I just want to go over. So this is going to be a new format. We are going to be doing this 6 days a week. We are going to be doing approximately between 5 and 10-minute videos, going over what you guys want. We are going to ask you guys to please like, subscribe, and most certainly comment, because every single day we think about this stuff, and we want to know.
Unless you're mean.
Yes.
Or
Don't.
trolls.
Yes. Don't say how you hate my hat,
Huh?
because I like my hat. I got this for Christmas, so don't hate on my hat. But
Christmas?
this hat is from Christmas.
Said no trolls.
I know you said don't hate. See, this is
I
what
know,
you
I said
get.
nobody mean.
And you get this for free, people, so be happy. But yeah, so check us out. We are on Twitch Tuesdays and Thursdays.
What do you get for free?
The videos. You go on YouTube. So go and check it out.
Oh, sorry. No, before when you were talking, it was really, really quiet, and I did not hear like a word you said besides Christmas.
Oh, sorry. Yes, Christmas. It's a good holiday. Today's Martin Luther King Day. So check us out. We're on YouTube all the time too. Like I said, 7 days a week. We have a lot of different videos. We're gonna be posting our calendar on our Facebook account, on Twitter, as well as YouTube and Twitch. So let everybody know what we're gonna be doing pretty much every day of the week. Is you guys will be able to follow us around and just kind of soon I'm just gonna put a GPS on my backbone and you guys will know every moment that I'm making. So I'm waiting for a little camera flying Android to just be able to fly around with me, so you guys can just capture everything. But so please like, subscribe. Once again, though, comment. Most importantly, let us know what you guys want us to talk about, what category you guys think would be good for us to talk about, and ultimately what you guys think would just be kind of crazy for us to go and just screw up. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and peace out.